What's up, world? We've got some quick news for you. At the time of our taping right now, it's actually been reported that Raphael Warnock has won his Georgia Senate runoff race, making him the first Black person elected to represent Georgia in the Senate. I hope that all of you guys watching this right now are just as hype as we are. And while the final numbers are still being counted at this moment, it's looking like John Ossoff will also win his race, which would make him the youngest member of the Senate at the age of 33. And also, this would give Democrats control of the Congress. Many are crediting this achievement to the political organizing of Black women in Georgia. Guys, let's take a moment. Just take a moment.
Let's take a
Stacey
moment.
Abrams.
Let's take a moment. Yes.
Like, we really need to recognize this moment in history, you guys. Stacey Abrams, who has worked tirelessly towards expanding the electorate and protecting voting rights in the state. We've seen what she's done. She's been here on our show. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, it's a lot of happening.
I am ecstatic.
It's a lot, I know. I'm like,
You have the organizers, you have the volunteers, you have the it's a whole group of people led by leader Stacey Abrams. This is
incredible.
It just shows the power of the vote. It shows what we can do as a people, and we should be proud as Americans because this is what true democracy is. So, good job. Congratulations, Georgia.
It's a great moment.
Not to mention that Stacey Abrams, this didn't just happen in the last couple years. Stacey has spent over a decade building the Democratic political infrastructure in Georgia. And also, I mean, she did this in the wake of losing her governor campaign. So it's crazy that she turned this into something that was such a huge, incredible movement that has now made her the most political figure that's not in elected office. I seriously look at her as such a heroic person that she really is a superwoman as of today.
Yeah, I think it's a great time for us. I think she is our shero. And the fact that a lot of people mailed in ballots and took the time, I mean, we already went through the presidential election, so you would think people would be tired and not wanting to show up, but we showed up, and this is what democracy is, and this is what the power of the vote is.
That's right.
Awesome.
And the last thing I want to mention that now that even if we don't get control, it would be a tie, and so Vice President-elect Kamala Harris is always a tiebreaker for the Senate. So she would be the tiebreaker. So it's a win-win for the Democrats. And like I said again, I echo what you ladies said for democracy. It's a good day.
Yes, it's awesome.
That's right. Okay, so is everybody ready to get into some girl chat? I hope you guys are just as ready. All right, up next, parents always say that they never play favorites, but is that really true? A recent survey by parenting website NetMoms found that almost 90% of moms admitted to treating their sons better than their daughters, even though they knew it was wrong. 90%, people. Think about that. The research showed that moms are twice as likely to be more critical of their daughters, while over half of moms surveyed admitted to feeling a stronger bond with their son compared to their daughter. So, Garcelle, as a mom, I gotta come to you first. I gotta know, what do you think about this? Now, obviously, you only have sons, but I'm so curious.
So it's funny. I only have sons, so I can't say that. Do I favor the one who's the nicest that day. That's how I do it. But growing up, I mean, there's 5 girls and 2 boys in my family. But let me tell you, my brothers were treated differently. I saw it. They got fed first. They never had to wash a dish. They were allowed to stay out later. I think there's a thing that maybe it's unspoken, but that, boys tend to be favored in a family that has boys and girls. And I think it's because we were taught that, the men provide, we know now better that women also provide, but I think that's where it probably stems from. But yeah, I definitely saw it in my family. My brothers didn't have to do anything, and I hated that about
This is a
about
weird
them. I
question,
hated that they
Garcelle.
didn't have to do anything.
Weird question, but when you were pregnant, did you ever hope for a girl more than a boy? Or did you ever think to yourself like, oh, I hope it's a boy because
Oh
this
my
will
God,
either
the
be easier
excitement
for
answers
me.
it all.
Let me tell you, I wanted a girl so bad that when I was pregnant with the twins, we went for our ultrasound and they scanned and they said, we saw 2 penises. I started crying.
That's so honest and real.
Are you gonna be okay?
No one
And I
shares
said,
these
I don't
stories.
think so.
No one shares
I'm
these stories.
such a girly girl. I am such a girly girl.
Yeah.
I wanted a girl so bad, but you get exactly what you're supposed to get.
Have you guys
Yeah.
ever heard the age-old saying that if you have
What?
a girl, when she grows up, she's going to take care of you. If you have a boy, he's going to leave the family and take care of his wife.
Yes.
Oh,
Have you heard
100%.
that? Or is
My
that
mother
age-old?
says that all the time. We say the
Okay,
same
so
thing.
here's the thing. In my culture, that is the known thing, which is why even in China they used to actually make it legal to abort girls if you had a certain number of kids in the family, that you could get rid of the girls, but if it's a boy, they're allowed to actually stay. Yes.
Right.
And so I think that because the girls are known to have to take care of the parents as they get older, that we're then overlooked as the boys are coveted and loved because they're known that they're going to leave the nest. Let me ask really quick, Garcelle, are you the eldest? Like, where do you fall in with your brothers?
I'm the
As far
last
as
of
being
7.
Older, middle child?
Yeah, I'm the
Oh,
baby
okay, so
of
are you
7.
expected to take care of your mom and dad as much as your eldest?
Well, I think being more successful, that was expected, but
Okay,
I don't think
for sure, breadwinner, yes.
that's another thing. No, I think my older sisters, like, I mean, some of them were like moms to me because my mom left Haiti to get, paperwork to bring us to the States. So my sisters were like, my moms at times. But yeah, I mean, I
Wow.
think that's a big thing culturally that I can relate.
Yeah,
you with.
culturally being the daughter, and then for you, Adrian, you're the baby. I want to know, like, for you, are you expected to take care of your parents more so? Because the eldest is
So
usually
my
the
mom always says that she's, we come from an entire family of girls. No one even has boys. My mother had
Wow.
2 girls. My sister has 2 girls. We got 1 boy in the family and he's gay. So I feel like my mother has always said she was so grateful that she had girls because she knew that we'd always be there with her. And I actually
Of
think
course.
that's why she put more time and energy and love into us, because she knew that we would be the ones that would never leave her. So now with the idea of me having children in the future, I'm like, Mom, but what if I have a boy? And she tells me, because I'm so curious about people having babies and I'm always asking 1,000,001 questions. I ask my girlfriends who have boys and girls, and I'm gonna ask you this, Jeannie, with Mama Mai. Do you see that she favors the boys? Because I've heard that it's biological to some extent. That literally little
Really?
boys, while the daughters love their mothers, the little boys experience more of like an in-love with their mothers,
A
where they
bond,
want to touch
yeah.
their
I would agree.
faces and
I
they
would
want to
agree.
tell them they're beautiful. They want to protect them and do for
Yes.
them. It's this doting thing. So how is it with Mama Mai with her? I want to ask you too, Lonnie, because your mom has a son as well.
Right.
I don't know about
How did that
Mama
work?
Love, but Mama Mai will tell you all day, every day that her little boy, Daniel, is her favorite. And then the second one is her favorite because she thinks he's the best looking. And then there's me. I never get, but I'm the first she calls when things go wrong. If we need money,
Right, of
you call
course.
Ginny. She
The
has
daughter.
the money. She will help you.
The daughter.
Yeah, so, for sure. What
Yeah.
about Mama Love?
I
Is
just
it you
think-
or is it your brother? Which one's the most loved over there in the love family?
I'm a product of a single parent, and that's
Parent
why
household.
I advocate for 2-parent households, because I do believe that there's something psychological with females
I agree.
with males and males with females. So I asked all my single friends, I said, make sure that you give the same love, the same attention that you're giving your son, that you give to your daughter. Because I grew up with that. And so it's just, but it's a psychological thing. It's like what, and you explained it very well, Jeannie, and we have to be careful. We have to make sure that we don't put a lot of pressure on our girls and just, doubt the boys. It's like, that's not fair, especially growing up.
Right.
So we just have to be careful of that, try to show equal love, even though,
we need love too.
Boys.
There's a new TikTok prank that women are playing on their men. They're sending their men into stores to buy feminine products for them, but giving them fake names of products to ask for. Like this man whose girlfriend sent him into the store to buy a product called Squeaky Clean Vagina. And while people thought this prank was hilarious, they also applauded the men for being willing to go the extra mile for their girls. So ladies, I want to know, would you be down to send your boo out to get you some tampons?
Yes. I didn't know that this was like such a taboo thing. I grew up in a house where, if my dad needed to go get something for my mom, that was totally normal. And like, even if like once me and my sister got our, menstrual cycle, that it was like, oh, you got to pick this up for the girls. Like it was never weird or awkward in my family growing up. So I never thought about it twice when I got a man.
It was weird in my family.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Really?
I would not do that. It's just some things I keep to myself, and I don't
what
need
if it's an
him all in my
emergency,
business.
Lonnie? But when it happens, you've got 0 seconds
month.
to go and get some protection before you
It
start
happens
soiling.
every month, Jeannie. Prepare. Okay.
Oh my God! But there's
Okay, then I have a
and
bigger
the-
question.
The worst feeling
Lonnie?
is when you reach into the box and there's no more in there. You've had
Prepare,
that feeling, Lonnie.
Jeannie. You know.
Prepare.
So
every
Lonnie was
month.
getting the
Lonnie,
cost
are you
prices.
also the
Okay.
type? Lonnie, are you also the type that hides your feminine products in your bathroom? Like I have girlfriends that will use, vaginal wash, feminine wash, and it'll be in their shower. But if they know that a guy's coming over, they'll take it and they'll put it away somewhere else. And I never
I don't want him
understood
in my
that because
business like that.
I
Go
want him
ahead.
to know that I'm washing it and it has its own special wash. I want the people to know that I
He
have
doesn't
a high
need to know that.
maintenance.
Sweetie.
Oh, he needs to know it's high
he will
maintenance
know.
machine and it has its own wash.
He will
He
know
will
you
know
watch
when he's
it.
there.
Guys,
He will
remember?
know.
You guys, do you remember the days when Mom used to hang the big old douchebag like across the
Yes.
shower head? Do you remember that?
Yes.
How
Yes,
crazy were
Jeannie.
those
Yes.
days that you used to play with the water bottle? Like I used to water squirt gun my brothers with it, like psh psh psh.
Oh
And
my
Jeannie,
gosh.
that
I
is
hated
why
it.
I hide my
hated
stuff
it.
because I hated to see that big red. I still have nightmares of that big red water bottle. I mean, and you could smell the vinegar and all. That's why.
Okay. I don't even like talking about this. I remember when I was a kid, if a tampon or a maxi pad commercial would come on and my dad was in the room when he came back in our lives, I would be so uncomfortable. I hated it. I don't even like talking about it. Like, can we move on from this?
Oh my God!